Well, Matt and Karen Ward started their organic wholesale food business, Honest to Goodness, selling unpackaged nuts and fruits at farmers markets. Now they're an online retailer, wholesaler and distributor of wholesale foods across Australia. Business has been going gangbusters, but it hasn't been without some challenges. Having grown the business rapidly, Honest to Goodness owner Matt Ward now feels that his management skills are not where they should be for leading a business with over 20 staff. To help, I've sent in Elizabeth Lennon, the Managing Director of The Leader Factor, a firm that consults on leadership performance and talent management.
So what do you think your talents are? What do you think got you here?
I don't know. Like, I love what I do, and I love the food that we sell, eat the food that we sell, and I like the relationship side of the business, and I like numbers, but probably lack communication skills, I think. I have expectations, but I don't communicate the expectations.
It also seems to me you have a lot of energy, a lot of drive, a lot of action orientation. You know, you like to get in there, touch, feel it.
Yep.
Do you think you ever do that because you're avoiding something you don't like to do or you don't feel as confident about?
Yeah.
So what would that be?
I think managing people, I don't feel like I have the skills to do it.
Why do you think that? What's the evidence for that?
I guess I've never really done it. And I've sort of taken the view that, you know, if people see the way I work and how I apply myself, that they'll see that as a lead and follow.
Well, what happens is if you aren't clear about what outcome you want them to achieve and if it's an important process, how you think it could be done, if you're not clear about that, people will fumble around. But also you'll get yourself into a trap if you keep dipping back in because then you create dependency and people always go, you know, Matt's going to fix it.
Yeah.
I think in setting expectations, the basics of it is you having an idea about what you want that person to achieve and then collaborating with them, because I think if you think this is what this role should achieve and they don't understand it that way, well, it could be that they're just not getting it, but it could also be that they've seen a contribution in that role that might be a bit broader.
I like a collaborative approach.
Yeah.
And I think we're a stronger business because of others' input as opposed to just Karen and I stipulating what to do.
So you're already telling me you have a really core strength in people management, which is that you respect people's input and you want to include them.
I do want to include them, and I think we're a better business when we include the people who work here. But no, I don't feel like it's a core strength. I feel a little bit out of my depth.
Well, managing people is actually something that most managers learn by experience.
Right, the hard way.
Yeah, they don't all start off fantastic.
Yeah.
But, you know, a core to it is that setting expectations. There's also delegating, which is an offshoot of setting expectations.
Yeah, and I'm not so good at the delegation, I would add.
I think a lot of delegation is also about self-discipline. That, you know, you actually become clear about the outcome. You sit down with people, you talk it through, you check in with them, have they understood what it is that you want them to achieve, and you agree with them when you'll come back and monitor it. I think one of the problems people have in delegating is not saying what they want by when, and then actually holding them accountable.
Okay.
So I think team meetings where you do that, and also you just have to do performance management and performance development as you get bigger in a business. You know, I think particularly because of the values base of the organisation, you have to talk to people about their development.
Yep.
How are they going to build their skills?
Yep.
What can they learn on the job? You know, most of the evidence and the research today about how people learn is that they learn best on the job with guidance and mentoring and support from their manager. So I think, Matt, as you move from more than managing to leading the business, because this is quite an inspirational business, and I think the difference between management and leadership, I don't think it's, as people say, it's a completely different beast. I think you have to be a good manager, which is all about establishing those teams, setting the expectations, delegating appropriately, the discipline of not touching everything, letting people use their initiative. I think you do have to do all those things. Another part of managing is monitoring and planning, but the leadership part is about setting direction, inspiring people. And I think it's also a key thing of leadership, particularly because none of us have unlimited time, is to think about where you place your time and your attention. So, you know, I think part of that's working to your strengths, and you said one of your strengths is relationships and ideas. So putting your time and attention around the ideas for growth in the business and the key relationships, external relationships and internal relationships. But I think also always, you know, practically just asking yourself, is this a good use of my time? Am I paying attention to the things that really matter in this business? You know, you'll always go into doing things that you want as a way of avoiding something you don't like to do or something that's new.
Sure.
And as you move into a leadership role, there's probably, you know, we've been talking about a whole lot of things that are new to you. So you've got to be, it's a discipline to be careful that you are not going and just fiddling around in the business, doing something, getting hands-on because you're avoiding testing yourself out at that next level.